Eddie Holding, Xhaka and Elneny. Well, I mean, if Elneny wants to sign a new deal and be a sideman, then that's cool. There'll be more games. To be fair, does that send out the right message? Can we get better players and integrate other minutes elsewhere potentially? But that might be a cheap way of equipping the squad. I'd keep Elneny for the squad. If it's probably best he needs to leave, but apart from that, it's that. Eddie Nketiah, I'm sure he'd want to be part of it and whatnot. But as I said at the start, you need to ask yourself, Eddie. Don't get it twisted. Eddie has done fantastic. From like I would say, really, you've become a 30 player since the Southampton start. Where you played your way into it before that, but the Southampton start and all them games up until now. 2 against Chelsea, 2 today. Probably deserved to score against West Ham, but put in his shift. Good against Southampton and that. Good against United. Should have scored as well. He's taking his job, but you have to wonder what's got to this. How has it got here? Once again, if some buts of things and circumstances change, the same way it took Smith Rowe a while, this might be his time to turn up, and Martinelli the same. But Aubameyang couldn't behave himself allegedly, so that was one reason. We couldn't get Vlahovic in January or whatever, so that's another reason. You hear the club are trying to buy 2 strikers, so where does that place you? It took Aubameyang to get rubbed out, then it was Lacazette, and Lacazette turned shit. Now you've got your opportunity, and again, they're ahead of you in the hierarchy. This is the life of football, but it's taken a lot. So I would say, look at it without emotion. You need to go somewhere where you're gonna do this playing week in, week out. Some players play better when they get a chance, like starts in that. And the byproduct of us messing about in the transfer window and not bringing in a striker and circumstances have allowed him to play. But he needs to go somewhere you're going to consistently play. I mean, I want Eddie to sign a new deal just because there's money there. That's 20 million or something there. Or he might become someone. I do think he could be third choice striker, be used in the squad. But is that enough? Are you going to play enough? So Eddie's got a lot to consider. But yeah, man, I just feel we need better players, really. I feel Eddie could be part of the squad, but it's probably best he leaves for himself. If I was him, I'd probably go and try to play football elsewhere. Holding can be part of it. I can't lie, I want Saliba back. I would like, if it was possible, another centre-half. But if you bring in a decent right-back, maybe we say, all right, cool. Tomiyasu can play right-back, can play left-back, could be technically our 5th or so choice centre-half if required. Make it up like that. Xhaka, you never know, man. 1 minute he might be going to Italy. Not what I am saying is Xhaka played well today and he's had a decent season, really. But we need to upgrade on that. You kind of know what you're getting. And really and truly, this is a small sample size for Eddie. He might have arrived now, but, this has been 5 games or so. That's very different from 38 in the Premier League, however many in the Europa or the Champions League, whichever one we get, and the other cups. Elneny, let's be honest, he's done well in the last 4 or 5 games, but there's a reason Arteta is not utilizing him 9 times out of 10. And he's not playing if Partey's fit. This is why you have a squad and that. But what we can't do is, I think we go down this route already, and Arsenal fans have been guilty of it. I'm not saying they're wrong, but every 4 or 5 games, we change the rhetoric. Cedric, maybe we don't need another right back. Tavares is better than Tierney. Pablo Mari is better than Gabriel. We might not buy a striker because of Eddie. So they can be squad players. They can all be utilized, but I don't want to rely on these dons. I'll be real, Elneny is probably the only one that's probably the most accepting of it, and then Holding. So yeah, man, why not? It is a thing, but yeah, it is what it is, man. I'll be fair to everyone. All the names you said there, even Cedric, he's been rubbish, of late. But these players have played a part in our season. At some points, these guys have respect to them. They've come into the side and done a little thing for us, and that's what the season's about. It's a 38-game calendar, and we've got a young and volatile squad. So not everyone's going to be at it, Saka and Smith Rowe and Martinelli, to a degree, for the large part, have carried it. Lacazette came into the side, was doing his thing. Eddie's kind of doing his part. Elneny, these squad players are coming in. Tomiyasu's been well. Everybody plays a part. There was a time where Ramsdale was saving our bacon 9 times out of 10. So it is what it is. It's a squad game. I'd say that's one nice thing in that this is the first time I've seen Saka not quite be at it, and we've got the 3 points. That hasn't always been the case at Arsenal Football Club, respectfully. So, yeah, man, I'm a happy bunny, really and truly. It's nice to know that we're just taking it. It's nice to know you're just taking advantage. It doesn't matter what Spurs, United, Chelsea, all them guys are doing today or tomorrow. We're just taking our chances. And now we can sit here and maybe talk about 4th and 3rd. I haven't seen the Premier League table, so it'll be very ignorant and naive of me to comment on it. I can only deal with what's in front of me. We've got 3 games left. Let's just try and have a decent end to the season, innit? Really. You've allowed me to dream. If you were going to crumble Arsenal, as I said, you should have crumbled in January. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, man, if anyone's gonna get new, it was Eddie, because again, just when he's turning a corner and advancing, he's gonna leave the club for free, innit? And if I'm a German club, one of them clubs, I'll say, Eddie, come here for a year or two, 18 months, we'll sell you back to England. We'll play you every week in, week out. Do that for a couple years or a season or two. You get sold back to England and Bob's your uncle, really and truly. If I was Eddie, bro, you could be playing for Ghana in November if you're serious. I know you're probably entertaining the England thing, but there's an opportunity there. If you go and get football properly, there's an opportunity to get first team to be on the plane to Ghana. I say on the plane to Ghana, you know what I mean? On the plane for Ghana. So, wait. But you know, it's the same way. If we just got promoted from the championship, there's some man that might have helped you get out the championship. Like we always see it. There might be strikers who score goals for fun in the championship, then they get clipped or they get marginalized or they get sold. I'm not saying that's going to be the case, but certain men have helped us. Obviously, the goal is probably top 6. Certain men have helped us. Just because they've helped us, it doesn't necessarily mean they need to be part of this European journey. Because now, assuming we get top 4, you know, if we get top 6, we've got back to the same step we dropped off 2 years ago. But if if we get to top 6, okay, who can be part of a top 6 side? There's some players who can't because we don't know what we're getting. If we get Champions League this year, you need to get it next year, because it could either be this year, could either be the best or the worst thing. It could allow for complacency, or you think, yeah, let's go out. And next season, there's a lot more football. We need a lot more consistency. We need a lot more cutthroatness. You know, there's a lot that needs to happen. So we need to sit there and say, just because you helped us now doesn't mean you can be part of the journey. Not everybody can go on the journey. And that's why, to a degree, we need to remove sentiment. And fans always cry about the club doing that, but they feel guilty of it. 10 games or so from some people, narratives start changing. So yeah, man. Starters, we mean to go in 3, 5, 6 likes. Elneny's inclusion has played a vital role in our winning streak. Exactly, for reasons just explained. This is why we need more creativity in this team. We should have killed this off when we need a killer like Wilshere and Rosicky. Very excited for the future. There seems to be a willingness in the club to spend and continuously improve compared to the Wenger years where fourth was enough and we never showed intent to push on. I mean, we've got to be easy. I don't know if we've showed anything beyond that. Congrats on the W today, DG and all. Appreciate that. We can afford to lose the North London derby and win the remaining games. No, none of that. Because there's no guarantee you're going to beat Newcastle under the lights or Everton on the last game of the season. To be fair, maybe Eddie would have taken his chance even more, because remember, he got injured at the start of the year. The problem is, not everyone that's a project player has to be developed here. Not everyone it's probably, is Eddie probably going to get, in an ideal world, Eddie Nketiah would not get enough minutes. I'm open to a reality. You bring 2 strikers in and he can be on the bench and that. But reality is, unless he shows a madness, he's going to end up being third choice. You hear whether we sign these guys or 2 strikers is another thing. But we're hearing number 9 and Gab Jesus, you're not playing. You're not playing. You might play, but you're not playing. That's not enough for you to play. So, yeah, Eddie Nketiah might find his way in a scenario where we might not get 2 strikers and one might come in and there might be a number 2 slot for you there. You know, we can't rule out Lacazette signing a new deal. I know he probably isn't, and the narrative have changed, but that was a conversation a few weeks ago. And we've heard, whether Arteta's lying or not, or just saying the media talk, that there's going to be a conversation. Personally, anything can happen, but I just feel we're at where we're at with Lacazette, Elneny, and Nketiah, and the writings on the wall. I don't know. Anything could change. I'm no one's advisors. I don't work for them and all these things, but it is what it is, man. Eddie needs to be selfish. Don't look at it don't look at it with emotion. We can grab Zaha and Rafinha. Rather Rafinha, but he's going to go Barca, innit? And Zaha, maybe that boat's gone. The table is saying we win on Thursday, top 4 is done. I don't know. I haven't seen the league table. It'd be unfortunate for me to comment. Me personally, I've just been focused on game by game. My focus has only been Leeds. Now that the game against Leeds is done, I can now pour my focus towards Arsenal versus Spurs. Honestly, I don't know where we are in the league table. Again, I know there's a lot of noise. Personally, I'm just fixated on Arsenal versus Spurs. It's a game that the fans would like to win. It's a North London derby. Anything beyond that, honestly, I don't know. We can't control any narratives. Let's just win the game and talk after. He's saying political palm. I would love to be a manager, man. The media would hate me. I'm never giving straight answers, man. I feel like I'm playing FM and that. Bro, of course, Lokonga's volatile. Same way Tavares. These men are learning, bro. This is how many weeks ago did I call for Elneny? Not because I necessarily rate him, but this is the time in the season. Not that Elneny was a 5 out of 10, but Can you gamble that Elneny, if you 10 games, he's going to give you a 5 out of 10? Worst comes to worst, nothing too amazing, nothing too shit. Lokonga, Tavares, and even players that are also young, they might be 11 out of 10 one week, 3 out of 10 the next week, 5 the next week. You get it, and everyone's got a part to play. It's a long season. We've seen some players come out the starting lineup, some guys first name on the team sheet. Remember when Arsenal fans used to say, "Oh, Odegaard and Smith Rowe can't play together, man. You can't have both of them in the squad, man." It's funny how life changes, man. I do think, by unpopular Arsenal opinion, I think Arsenal fans don't understand squad depth. They fail to understand the need for quality squad depth, and they always do this thing. And they also fail to understand that some people can't just be players for being nice guys. As much as I like it, we can't have nice guys. We need good footballers first. Pepe's done, man. The writing's on the wall from Jan. If there was no AFCON, he would have probably pushed to move in Jan. You're not playing, bro. You're £72 million man. You can't play ahead of an academy prospect. Saka's earned it, but it's more damning on you. Really. Respectfully, United, Chelsea, and now Leeds were poor. These next 3 games have been on smoke. Newcastle and Everton worry me more than Spurs. I'd say they all worry me, man. Newcastle away is not going to be pretty. And they're playing right now. It's not going to be pretty at all. North London derby, it goes either way. Everton, Chelsea, man, in Lampard fighting for their lives and that. It's crazy, man. Win against Leeds also helps Everton out in their battle. Hopefully they're safe before the end of the season. Man, I hope Everton and Leeds stay, man. Burnley, you got to go, man. Ain't no trying to see you lot next year, man. Safe, brother. You need to move. And you're right about that. But on the same hand, it's cliche. No matter how poor these teams were, it's nothing to do with us. But there's things we could do better, like game management. You look at the last 4 games, there's been numerous good things. But in the minute we conceded the goal against Southampton, and the caliber of goals, same logic with West Ham, same logic with United, same logic in the 2 with Chelsea, same logic in the 3 with Crystal Palace, same logic against Brighton. These are themes. Like, bro, this ain't me being negative or anything. We're watching this week in, week out. Right. So we need to improve. And even that, we're an improved defensive side. We're not a good defensive side, as I've been saying. But if you look at how we was moving at the start of the season, we've kind of got worse. And what I like is we're grinding out results. We're losing to Southampton, man, are saying, oh, but the expected goals were saying this. We had more shots and more possession. I'm not being funny, but you lot are here because you know ball, in it. Appreciate that. I don't need to keep explaining how silly that is, in it. 3 at the back against Spurs. My emotions are still raw. It's a lot to consider, man. It's a lot to consider. I am leaning towards it, but I probably will change my opinion tomorrow. Big up DG, love the content. Appreciate that. What a name, 420. Hope it's the reference. I think it is. So yeah, man. Ooh. Is it West? I think Newcastle might have conceded a penalty here. Man like Gucci, Jack Grealish, and Ross McCormack. See them sort of guys, bro. Like, again, I'm being harsh, but Bear, man, back in the days, a couple of years ago, Bear Dons would have the white girl. As soon as they touch the championship, Premier League from the championship, he's rubbed out. If these men leave, big respect for what they've done this season. But that's the thing. They might say, oh, we're in the champs. Think about it. If you're part of an organization and they've achieved something or they're going to achieve something, you might want to leave, but you might want to say, oh, cool, let me hang around for a year. If I'm Eddie, I might think, yo, I'm comfortable at Arsenal. Let me hang around for a year. The harsh decision is probably to leave a club you spent years with that's in the Champions League, potentially, is to leave. But are you going to play week in, week out? In an ideal world, I'll be real. No, I listen. Haaland Demon would love him in the squad, but no. And I say no because man want a serious number 9. If you could get these Darwin Núñez's and these Osimhen's and these Martinez's and Gab Jesus and all these other guys, then Eddie can be part of the squad, but it's peak. And to be fair, couple of attackers, if Lacazette and Pepe leave, that might open up the door for a Nelson and Eddie and stuff. But it all depends what the club do. It all depends. Whether we're able to get targets. Obviously, we're in that catch-22 in that you can't really bring in players without letting people go. You can't really let people go without bringing in players. So it's going to be a techie summer, really, man. Interesting talking points, though, man. Very interesting talking points. Big up you lot. I wish we kept Martinez. I don't. He didn't want to be a sideman. We got some peace for that. Is where it is, isn't it? Ramsdale's there. If we beat Tottenham, we have mathematically got in top 4. Should Patino get game time in that scenario? Yeah, all the young G's, man. Amari Hutchinson, all them and there, man. I don't think we should go 3 at the back. Stick to what we've been, with what we've been used to, in my opinion. I hear you, but that same logic saw us get collapsed at Selhurst Park, though. And we do need to be a team that, okay, cool, we play our 4-2-3-1, our 4-3-3, but there might be little games, three at the back, do this, do that. And again, you need that. You need these little tactical things. And I hear you, though. Gnabry says he wants to play striker. Would you take him? Yeah, you play striker, bro. Slap him right and left wing, man. You play where we need. Shut up, man. Gnabry's welcome to come home, bro. What a Sunday, man. What a Sunday. What a Sunday, folks. I can't lie, man. Curse of the commentator, but I think, you know, not just me, but we probably oversold Leeds. I thought they were going to be hungry and all these sort of things, man. Big up DG, the best there is, like Bret Hart. I don't know about that, but I appreciate the praise, man. We keep working. One day be worthy of that title, man. With guys like yourself supporting is what it is, man. Can't wait for Thursday. I can, man. I get very nervous, man, especially times like this. The only reason I say three at the back is Spurs struggle to break down the low block. If you try and go there and be open, we're going to... Well, it happened... Was last year the season Partey broke down with an injury there? I think it was. Or whenever that... It might have been the year before. I can't remember, man. Like, Arsenal kills you like that. But that happens. Spurs are one of the best counter-attacking teams in the league. Let's be real. We're not keeping clean sheets. So why would you want to be open? We'll have to see, man. Yeah, I mean, you can see a similarity, assuming we have been linked with Gnabry, Jesus, and obviously you got Gakpo. You got these sort of hybrid dons. Well, Chris should have scored and put City a goal behind there, but he didn't. So, yeah, you're right still, man. You lot are right still. Can I say? Very right in what you lot are saying, man. Interesting talking points. Very interesting talking points, folks. What was I going to do as well? What was the final shot? I need to snip that as well. What was the final thing saying? I mean, half time, we had 11 shots, 6 on target. They had no shots, none on target. By the end of the game, we had 19 shots, 9 on target. They had 3 and 2 and got a goal. So again, we need to defend a lot better, man. Need to defend a lot better. But we're same way we're showing intent to play nice football and all these things. We need to want clean sheets like that. And there were elements of that, in my opinion, earlier on in the season. It's kind of let them things down. But then again, can you really have an elite defense if you've got no elite defender? And what I mean by elite defender, it's not necessarily ability. It's who's really a good defender. I'd say out of all the defenders, the actual defenders are probably, I'd say Tomiyasu and Tierney, but it's a toss-up between them. You know, Ben White's probably, I'm not saying he's a bad defender, but he's probably better on the ball than defensively. Gabriel, I like him, but he's raw with it. So, yeah, man. Would you start Cedric or Tavares? Probably Tavares, isn't it? I mean, probably Cedric. It depends, man. I don't know, man. Probably Cedric, really. But then again, as I said earlier, even though Ben White last time he played right back away from home, he was kind of terrible in my opinion at Chelsea. It could be Ben White right back and then Tomiyasu left back quickly, really. But I kind of want Tomiyasu. I want our best defender fit, our best fit defender. I want him against Spurs' best attacker. Don't get twisted. Kane's sick. Kulusevski's added something, but for me, Son's the baddest in them. Like Son's, I don't know for all these things, but Son's wavy in that, isn't it? And he's quick. He's got 20 league goals or something, non-penalties. He's a bad boy footballer. I want Tomiyasu against him. Like, am I wrong in wanting that? Like, I just want our best defender against the best attacker. Kulusevski's sick and he can rip dons and stuff, but he's a bit slower. Son's just mad with it. And I think you've got to be able to read the game. Cedric will get caught too high up the field, but these are all hypotheticals, man. The team lacks killer instinct because we ain't really got killers in the team, man. We've got guys that don't, you get it. The goal they scored was annoying, but that's been us. This was the first goal we conceded on the corner this season, right? Probably. The curse is broken. And that's where we should be a bit disappointed as well. Fact. But I won't complain if Tomiyasu plays right back. I can't really advocate for it. I mean, left back, can't really advocate for it against Spurs as much, but it is what it is, man. Apparently, Arteta has said Ben White should be fine for Thursday. But it's just way too edgy, man. The games need to be they're just way too edgy, man. And the thing is, all this, if Arsenal beat Tottenham on Thursday, just listen, just play the game, man. Play the game, not the occasion, man. Don't sit there. Obviously, we were under no illusions. There's top four up for debate. If you win, you've more or less done it. But when you start thinking about top four, what it means if you win, lose, and draw, obviously consider it. Go out there and play the game. You lot have. I have not seen you in many years beat Spurs away from home. I have not been too confident going into North London derbies in general. Just focus on wanting to beat Spurs for that 90 minutes. Just wanting to be better than Spurs. Yes, they're your rivals for European place and all of that. Everything's take care of itself because we're already an emotional team. If we start thinking about how big it is, we're gonna start, collapsing. Good atmosphere. On Thursday, even though it's Spurs' ground, we'll be making our noise and that. But yeah, man, it's just focus, man. Just focus. All the rest takes care of itself. Just focus, man. Like I said, tomorrow is great today, but tomorrow, forget Leeds, forget United, forget West Ham, forget Chelsea. It's done. Behave like you behave. I want to see the same emphasis on wanting to put a winning run together, like when we played Norwich and Newcastle at home. We've achieved nothing. Last time we beat them was in 2014. That's all I want you to focus on. And then I want you lot to be scared to let yourselves down. That's all I want. Don't let yourselves down. Because the feeling of regret, if you're Man United, if you're Arsenal, if you're Spurs, the feeling of not being in Europe / specifically Champions League football is going to hurt you because you've let yourselves down. Nobody has got top four football because they're massively better than you, excluding Liverpool and City. You just application over the 38 game period has been appalling. Up and down, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if we're gonna win and all these things, man. Let's just work hard and see what we can do in it. Just work hard and see what we can do, bro. That's it. We do that, we have half a chance. Mikel Arteta hasn't. I don't think he's not given his post-match comments in that yet. Probably too early he probably has, but it's probably too early for it to be filtered through. But potentially one win away from Champions League football. Man said thoughts on Arsenal's new song. Decent, man. Anything to pattern the atmosphere. Apparently, if Leeds get relegated, Calvin Phillips is available for 25 million. Could do a lot worse, I lie. Is this a City watch along too? I wouldn't say that. I'm just happy to be here. Watching Feyenoord versus PSV and Cody Gakpo is such a baller would be a great signing for us to replace Pepe. If we're able to take out Son and Kane from having a significant impact on the game on Thursday, we should be able to secure Champions League. Easier said than done. I am watching it. I wouldn't say I'm doing a watch along, but I am watching it. 40 minutes in, a bit of a nothing game. Can't lie, Newcastle are chucking it to City. If you're Liverpool, you're probably hoping points are dropped today, innit? Don't think we're gonna make 400 likes, but nonetheless, it's been a fantastic effort on YouTube, man. 371. You lot have been amazing today, man. So yeah, it is where it is today, man. That's one thing I'm proud of at this football club, man. The atmosphere, bro. Like even when we're getting smacked 3-0 against Crystal Palace, man are cheering on Arteta's name, and it's bigger than Cancelo should have scored. It's bigger than Arteta. It's just all people want to do is have hope and believe. That honest man and woman that's an Arsenal fan, they just want to go to work on Monday to Friday and be excited to be on the Saturday, on the Sunday, on the Monday, up and down the country to believe in something. That's all people want, belief. That's something that's evaded Man United and Arsenal for a while. So it's nice to see that. And Mikel Arteta from the jump spoke about that sort of thing. I need the mentality. From the minute he walked in, go and listen to his first interview. And I did comprehend it, but it's only now in hindsight that I truly see what he was on. But it's nice to see, man. Arsenal ain't a reflection of the bullshit you always see Dons doing online. And you know how you got special Arsenal fans that want 5 minutes of fame. They're probably loyal to their YouTube channels and things bigger than the club. And, they deal with Agendaville. But that's it. They're always going to be clowns. Apparently, Marseille are beating Lorient. Is that being recorded? Hope so. Saliba watching that. Yeah, it is. Thank you very much. Boy, Martin Odegaard, what a bargain, man. If we get Champions League, it'll be an amazing opportunity to go to the next level this summer. Man United have fallen so far. No, I don't think we should get excited. I feel clearly we should sign some higher caliber targets than we thought we might get. But let's just keep staying with the process, don't it? Because even if we get Champions League, we've done it, we've deserved it. But let's not try and assume we've skipped levels. RIP to Gunn the entire season without conceding. I mean, only conceding one. It's still very good, isn't it? It's not like, it's like when the Undertaker lost the unbeaten thing. It's not the same, but boy, I can't complain, man. Who cares, man? We did what we needed to do. 382 likes, man. Fantastic push. Fantastic push from you lot, man. What else is going on in the world of football? It's a shame Arsenal's ladies couldn't win the league. But it is what it is. Lost it by a point. You see the margins for error in football. Saka so close to that 20 goal assist season. I mean, the young players can look back with fondness, but again, now I wouldn't say there's expectation because you're not goal scorers. You're learning how to score. Now I want to see that from Saka and these men again. And Wenger said on Elneny in 2016, in every successful team, you need a successful leader. When I say a silent leader, you need a silent leader. When I say silent leader, I mean someone who doesn't talk to the media, who doesn't get headlines, but on the pitch does everything that is helpful for the team. I hear it, Arsene. I mean, his dad was speaking. They tried to leave in Jan before Arteta convinced them, but I'm here for it. And then they can stay and be a sideman, but it's calm, man. Is what it is, man. Seems like Declan Rice has found his level, balling out against Norwich occasionally. You know, someone that was in Eddie's pockets finally filtered around. Where was you in Germany when your club needed you? Bubbles fully burst. Man said make a bid for Haaland. Jesus or Rafinha. 1-0 City, by the way. I believe that's Raheem Sterling on the score sheet. I think Rafinha's more exciting, but I'd rather get Jesus. Gaza man Sterling has scored, by the way. It's 1-0 against Newcastle. So, yeah, Liverpool fans turn away. Really. But, yeah, people, on that note, all right, last question before I get out of here, man. I don't want to leave no one hanging. In fact, get a couple more in and bust out, man. I think it comes down to the fact that this team has exceeded most fans' expectations. Does it mean our expectations are lower, or has Arteta done a good job? Let's be honest, I think both. I think Arteta has done a good job, but I also think, let's be real, Arsenal standards are dropped. You know, before we've even achieved top four, certain people are saying we've massively overachieved. The standards are on the floor, on and off the field. And that's what Arteta has to do. He's raising them. We're praising strikers that just run around, defenders who can defend. Defenders who just don't look silly. The bar's on the floor, and it's the territory. We didn't get there overnight, but yeah. Opinions on Ramsdale this game? Not really any opinions. What is there for Ramsdale to do? That in a good way. I like my keeper having nothing to do. So yeah, man. On that note, though, people, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget 10 a.m. on Twitch. We'll be speaking Arsenal as well as all the results, that firmly happened. So that's 10 a.m. UK time. 11:30, we'll be talking Arsenal and any talking points that emerge from now till tomorrow. It's Monday, so 4:30, I'll be playing Football Manager. So yeah, people, man. Obviously, I want to say, thank you very much for obviously supporting the thing and tuning in. It's been fantastic to be here. I'm not going North London Derby. It's watch along settings. In fact, I can drop a link if you want. But yeah, it's been a fantastic live stream with you lot. Shout out to Rants for the raid and whatnot. If you're on